Zidane Danny, Electro Ninja here, and welcome back to Electro Ninja's Lab. I have finally seen the new Sonic movie, and it's freaking awesome. Oh my gosh. Okay, honestly, it's kind of weird that a lot of people are thinking that this movie is garbage and stuff like that. This movie is really not that bad. The simple fact of the matter is that it has a good amount of uh, fan service because of showing off the Sonic. Oh my gosh. Oh, but there's a lot of cool stuff that happens in this actual movie. And it's a lot of fun. A lot of reviews, or there's theories and stuff going around the internet that, oh, Paramount always intended to give us this version of Sonic, and they just, yeah. The simple fact of the matter is that it needed work, and it got work. Plain and simple. There are probably some people who are going to be like, oh, the whole Sonic is a baby and stuff. The simple fact of the matter is that, considering the fact that they needed to keep that, they wanted to keep that hidden, implies that they never actually, they kind of wanted to just keep that part actually hidden, that Sonic was going to start out as a kid. You'll notice throughout the movie and throughout the trailers that they changed a lot of scenes. Just looking at Sonic in his normal state throughout the entire movie, Sonic is, in the trailers, is always wearing his red shoes and is always in his adult form. He doesn't have his bag of rings with him ever, and in any of the trailers, but they did change things. This happens all the time. There's even a scene in it where it shows Sonic coming to Earth for the first time, and that he actually hasn't. He's only been using the power for a short amount of time. There's a lot that happens. And honestly, it's fine. It's honestly a great movie. Plain and simple, Sonic absolute. Well, people want to make theories, like Matt Pett wants to make his theory about how Sonic could have explored the entire world without, um, without ever going on this special movie, and they kind of wasted our time. The simple fact of the matter is that he wanted friends. That is the point. And so what if he changed, if he dragged somebody into this? The simple fact of the matter is that he wants friends. And stories like this aren't necessarily about getting to the destination as quickly as possible. It's plain and simple the journey. Because we all go through journeys in our lives, journeys that improve us. And while Sonic, yeah, he could have easily have run to San Francisco as soon as he got out and just booked it to San Francisco, found the rings, and come back within a few and headed off within a few hours. He didn't want that. That's plain and simple. And he found a way to make it better, to make his life and the lives of his friends better. Yeah, they didn't necessarily need to go on this amazing adventure, but it's fine. It's fun. It's fun to see them go on this adventure. And honestly, that's all you really need for a movie. So what if it doesn't make the most logical sense? It's fun. Plain and simple. We don't need. Good movies aren't always the most make sense movies. I mean, we all know that Star Wars even the original trilogy, it had its points where it was just like, wait, what? And those movies are, even to this day, and probably many years from now, considered some of the best media of all time. And again, Lord of the Rings, some of the greatest books of all time. Same goes for many other stories. But we don't get those stories. So what? We just have to move on. Deal with it. Is Sonic the best movie of the year? No. Is it the best video game movie of the year? Of all time, I should say. Because, let's be honest, a lot of video game movies are bad, but honestly, it's not. Live action video game movies have a bad rap, especially after the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and people have always been complaining about how they're bad, but in actuality, not all of them are bad. Like, believe it or not, I like Prince of Persia. I like the Detective Pikachu movie. Both of those movies, plain and simple, are better than the current Sonic movie. Does that mean that that the Sonic movie sucks? No, plain and simple. It is a good movie. It was well written, and while there are some jokes that are kind of such as, of course, they kept the meow joke, it's honestly fine. As for music choices, I do actually want to bring up one point. There are a few moments in the movie that honestly could have been better with the music. During Robotnik's dance scene, in the trailers, they actually matched his dance pretty well to what was going on in the actual, in the trailers. In the movie, it wasn't as good. And that's kind of sad. But, oh well, sometimes that happens. But they did relatively a good job with this movie. Obviously, there are some things that were better than others, but we move on. We live with it. This movie, plain and simple, was meant for Sonic fans and kids. And I, for one, am a Sonic fan. And it's still a good movie. It has some mature themes like a lot of shows have been having lately, and movies have been having lately, and that's honestly a good thing. But it's not to the extreme. It's still something that kids will enjoy. It's one of the best video game movies. And I'm glad that we're finally getting good movies. Now, as for the sequel, this movie clearly wants to have a sequel. If you haven't seen the movie, then then this part is the end. I'm just going to be talking a little bit about the sequel right now. But honestly, this is going to have a little bit of spoilers. But anyways, anyone who hasn't seen it, leave now. And come back once you've seen the movie. So as for the sequel, we all know that Tails has come to Earth to find Sonic, which I'm super excited to see how that turns out. And Robotnik is still stuck on the Mushroom Planet, whatever is going on there. And honestly, I am leaning towards the fact that they are actually going to be really important in the future. Sonic 2 will most likely be really, really fun. Most likely, we will be seeing the Chaos Emeralds appear. We'll see Tails, Knuckles, maybe even Shadow and the others. Maybe Amy. Honestly, here's the thing. If this next movie, whatever it is, it's going to be different. while they may decide, oh, we're going to bring all these things to Mobius, to Earth or whatever, honestly, what I'm hoping that they do is actually that they'll bring Sonic's friends and bring them to Mobius, because that sounds a lot of fun. And, yeah. So, what do I give this movie? Not a 10, not a 9, might give it a solid 8, which is not bad. I'm kind of using Joel Apocalypse's rating system, which is basically saying that this is a good movie. Is it the best? No, but it's still good. It's good enough to rewatch, and I'm excited to see what it has in store. But anyways, guys, let me know what you guys thought of the Sonic movie down in the comments below. And of course, if you have any theories about anything I talk about on this channel, then also leave them down in the comments below. Of course, if you are going to leave a theory, make sure to use the hashtag theory review. But anyways, guys, I have been Electro Ninja, and I will see you guys next time. But on.